Right. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to do this. I want to be live for the Trump chat. So we are currently waiting. We're going to bring the White House thing up. So, yeah, hopefully we just need to sort this out. There we go. All right, cool. We got everything up that we need up. I'm going to keep an eye on what's going on with this. This is not the screen I want, but I'm going to go live on TikTok as well. And at the minute, I can't see you guys, so just bear with me 1 second while I just get this sorted, and then we are golden. So that's good, that's good, that's good. Right, okay. Okay, it's all a little bit quick. It's all a little bit spicy. Okay, I need this one open, this one here. And we're going to get into it. So welcome in, TikTok, welcome in as well. I want to be live for the Trump announcement. I want to kind of hear what he's talking about. So, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Right, I've got the chat now, so I can see you guys. Tim, everybody in. Share the stream. I'm just going to click share and share. Oh, man, let me do that. Okay. What a very interesting day we have. Live now for the @Donald Trump. Announcement. See that. Let's do that. Okay, welcome in, everybody. I promise I'm gonna get to you guys. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in on TikTok. We're gonna, like I said, I want to live stream the Trump event, so I do have it open. Just an FYI. So yeah, let everybody know that we're live, and we're gonna just kind of sort this out. So let me just do that. Man, what do I need? Holy crap. Live sorted. Get your live sorted. That's what I need. Right. Okay. If I'd have thought about this, I mean, basically, this is a difficult time for me to get live. But I thought, do you know what? This kind of feels like it's important. The markets have definitely been a little bit more bullish today. So I thought, do you know what? Let's get live. Let's see what it's all about. Let's go through it together. And I think we'll either see something good. I do think it's strange. I'm just going to come out and say, oh, hold on. My microphone's right in front of me. There we go. What's going on, everybody? I do think it's strange that he's pardoned CZ today and then has this announcement. So I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know in the chat. We're going to keep this up and yeah, we'll kind of get into it all in just a second. But let everybody know we're here, by the way. If you could if you could tweet out, do all that kind of good stuff. Tap up the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. I am super early, by the way. Really early, actually. So, yeah, but I thought, you know what? It's probably just worth getting early and getting into this because, you know, this could be a big deal. I mean, it could be an absolute nothing burger as well, which would be kind of annoying. But hey, we'll see. All right, we'll see. We're gonna try and keep a positive outlook. Ardon, what's going on? Welcome in. Bits Blaze, what's going on, my brother? Appreciate everybody tuning in. And yeah, welcome in everybody tuning in on YouTube as well. So Victoria Green's here, Tim's here, Curtis here. Why do I feel like we're gonna get a big dump again? Well, I hope not. I mean, the markets have kind of been holding up pretty well. Look at this. Bitcoin definitely holding up well. Back to the the kind of move they got the other day. I think markets are definitely uneasy. There's clearly an excitement around will there be financial. This has had a really nice move today, as has Asta, by the way. And I know this is obviously due to the CZ bit, but still, some pretty strong moves in the markets as a macro side of things. So, yeah, we're going to see what's going on. Glenn says, is the bull run over? I mean, I don't think so. So, yeah, maybe do I need to change the title of this live stream? Maybe I need to change the title of this live stream really quickly. Trump speech live. There we go. Let's just change the title of it. Hold on. Trump speech live. What is it? Crypto go time. I don't know if that's a good title or not. Anyway, like I said, I am super early, and I want to kind of listen into the Trump speech. I want to kind of hear what's going on. I don't think I can change the title on TikTok, can I? I don't think I can anyway. I was just thinking maybe I probably should have done a slightly different title, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. So yeah, so we're going to get the whole Donald Trump thing up. And yeah, I mean, like I said, we went early. So we're going to kind of keep an eye on what's going on with it. I mean, I hope it's kind of anytime soon. Imagine it's like super awkward if it ends up being like 9 o'clock or something. But, you know, the debate I think on everyone's mind is, what is it going to be about? Are we going to get some bullish catalysts? Is it going to be some good news? Or is it going to be, you know, tariffs, China? I mean, there was obviously the discussion today that he is going to meet with Xi Jinping, which is 2 days before the 100% tariffs go live. So, you know, clearly there is something kind of there, isn't there? I guess clearly there's kind of, you know, a bit of a potential. You know, at the same time, maybe not, maybe freaking not. So, did this post live in the Discord or not? Let me just scroll down. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Let me forward it to general. Send. There we go. There we go. Trump's always an hour late. Yeah, I mean, I did think that when I was like sat there thinking, okay, I need to kind of get shit sorted and then I can get live and yeah, make sure I'm here for it. But yeah, I mean, I've heard rumors. I've heard a couple of different rumors actually. So I've heard one rumor is like it's going to be around China. I've heard another rumor it's going to be around immigration. I've heard a lot of rumors around the White House. So I mean, I don't honestly think anyone particularly knows at the minute. I guess we'll kind of see. There's nothing really given up, just as the White House. So, I mean, I think as a lot of people, the reality is it is definitely a little bit odd that he decided to pardon CZ today. That definitely doesn't seem well. Probably talking shit about some. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's going to be that. I mean, it may be. It may be. I think it'd be super weird if it is, but, you know, who knows? Who knows? So, yeah, come in, tap the screen. Calamari, welcome in. I am super, super early tonight. I understand that, but I wanted to be live for this stream, and I wanted to kind of just get the whole Trump thing coming in because I thought, do you know what? If I'm going to get screwed, then I want to hear it firsthand. So thanks for the heart me's, everybody, by the way. Appreciate it. NK, what's going on? Welcome in. Do me a favor as well. Tap the screen. Likewise, share it as out. Hit the little share button down here as well if you want to share this. This just gets people and lets them know that we are, you know, we're out here. We're making it happen right now. We are bullish. We're bullish on what should be going on. So, yeah, just let people know that we're here. And also, like I said, if you tap the screen, hit the like button, doing all that kind of good stuff, it'd be great. Hunter, what's going on, buddy? Be prepared to go lower no matter what. Sharks want us out. I mean, that's a definite possibility. But markets, you know, man, market feels okay. I mean, there's some kind of good news. But that, you know, I mean, off the bottom here, that's some really nice structure today. Actually, the market looks pretty solid today. But, again, we will see. Altcoins having a good run. Zebek obviously is down. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I didn't change the thing. Okay, I'm going to have to go. I'm just going to have to do 5G and hope it holds up on you, TikTok, rather than connect to my internet because it's all a bit weird. But anyway. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate it, NK. Like I said, if you're here on YouTube as well, by the way, then do share it out and do let us know. Like I said, we are awaiting it. Here it is just at the minute. So nothing going on right now. So we'll obviously get into this as it comes out and talk through them. Charts look okay though, by the way. Like I said, this is the Bitcoin price on the 15-minute chart. So you kind of got, this is Wednesday night. So opens were pretty good actually. A little bit on the Europeans. They dumped a little bit. US came in and bought big, which is interesting. Lots of financial markets buying in. Do you see how Trump read about the White House? I did see that. I've seen that a number of times, actually. What's your thoughts on KGEN? I have no idea. I don't know what it is, but don't forget, I'm going to be live now for like an hour and 45 minutes, so we can definitely take a look at that for sure, and definitely kind of talk about what that is, and if it's a new DeFi project, then I'm dead interested. Of course I am. I'll be curious about what that is, so stick around. And yeah, I don't want to miss this Trump thing, though. I don't want to miss it. Should paint it 50 Shades of Grey. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? What do you think about Asta? I'm a holder of Asta. It's done very well on the back of the CZ thing today. Hopefully it has some bigger runs to come. You know, I guess a case study would be look at what Hyperliquid did. Did that pump to oblivion straight off the bat? Maybe not. If you think BNB is going to do something good. I mean, what it does allow, this pardon, and I didn't know too much about it, to be honest, but what I think this pardon does allow is, does that mean that now CZ can go and be like the CEO?
Ladies and gentlemen,
oh, here we go.
President of the United States.
There we go. Bitcoin 110,550. I'm going to put it over here so I can see it, by the way. Please, please, Donald, don't be shit. TikTok, let me know you can hear it, all right?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please. It's a great honor to have all my friends here. It's like old home week. What a job you're doing. And thank you very much for that. We want to begin by thanking the people that have done such a great job at the White House. They have been doing really incredible work during a shutdown. I don't even know if they're supposed to be working. Everybody for that very much. And we're here today to discuss a sweeping, unprecedented, and historically successful operation that my administration has carried out in recent weeks to arrest, prosecute, and permanently remove members of foreign drug cartels from American soil. And the people gathered around this table are the ones that are doing it, and in this room. Some of them sitting a little behind. In fact, some of them I'm surprised are not actually at the table. You people should be very insulted by that. But you've done a great job back there. On my first day in office earlier this year, I signed an executive order to officially designate the drug cartels and savage transnational gangs as foreign terrorist organizations. It was my honor to do so. And on that same day, I also signed an order directing the creation of the Homeland Security Task Force to bring together all federal, state, and local partners to achieve the national policy goal of eliminating the cartel presence in America once and for all. And the results are, and it's early, and the results are spectacular. Led by ICE and the FBI, this task force includes the Department of Justice, the Department of War, DHS, the intelligence community, ATF, the DEA, the U.S. Marshals, and the state and local agencies in every part of our country. Other than that, we don't include too many people. That's a hell of a group, isn't it, huh? When you think of it. That's not a group you want against you. Certainly not at one time. In addition to the task force members, we're pleased to be joined by representatives of law enforcement at every level, the highest level, actually, but every level, including National President of the Fraternal Order of Police, Patrick Yos. Where's Patrick? Patrick,
I'm just going to say, by the way, this already feels like a nothing burger.
Too.
Just my opinion.
That really hit it off. I would have gotten 98% anyway, but it was still good to have your endorsement. Thank you, Patrick. I don't forget those things. President of the National Sheriff's Association, Chris West. Chris? Thank you, Chris, very much. Great. Good job. Major Cities Chief Association Executive Director, Laura Cooper. Laura? Thank you, Laura, very much. Major County Sheriffs of America Executive Director, Megan Noland. Megan, thank you. Thank you very much. And President of the National...
Good news is, by the way, BTC, you can see on the chart, is holding up for TikTok. FYI, I hope you can hear it all right, but we're still sitting on an all right price, 110.
I don't know. I don't want him to run for office. I want him to stay where he is. Paul Perez. Paul. Thank you, Paul. Where is Paul? Hi, Paul. What are you doing over there, Paul? Good job. Good speaker you are, though, Paul. I mean it, too. You've made some incredible speeches, and all from the heart, too, right? Some great ones. Today, you'll hear details from my national security and homeland security teams about the extraordinary historic achievements of this new Homeland Security Task Force since it became fully operational last month in all 50 states. The job they're doing. What we inherited from this past administration is like disgraceful. In a matter of weeks, the task force has made the largest number of arrests of cartel leaders, operatives, and gang members in American history, more than 3,000 and counting. That includes members of the ultra-violent New Generation Cartel, the Sinaloa Cartel, the LNFM Cartel, MS-13 Cartel, and you know MS-13, the gang, and Tren de Aragua, another beauty. That's a group of real garbage we have to deal with, that we shouldn't have to deal with. These are, in addition to the massive numbers of dangerous criminals my administration arrested nationwide since January 20th, numbering over 120,000. It's a record, and 120,000 criminal arrests. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, for 4 long years before I took office, the last administration allowed the cartels and their operatives to frankly take over our country, to freely infiltrate America and all the communities nationwide. Along with transnational gangs, these groups have unleashed more bloodshed and killing on American soil than all other terrorist groups combined. These are the worst of the worst. It should now be clear to the entire world that the cartels are the ISIS of the Western Hemisphere, in addition to their monstrous violence, such as cutting off heads, burning their enemies alive, and burning innocent people alive, too, by the way. The cartels control large swaths of territory. They maintain vast arsenals of weapons and soldiers, and they use
let me know you can hear this,
extortion,
all right?
murder,
I'm assuming you guys
kidnapping
can.
to exercise political and economic control. Thank you very much, Joe Biden, for allowing that to happen. Biden surrendered he just surrendered our country to the cartels. Don't worry, we're taking it. Gets better.
I definitely feel like this is going to be an absolute nothing burger right now. Market's holding up, though, which is good news.
Levels that nobody's ever seen before. But what we had to put up with, what we inherited, was just a disgrace. And while Biden was president, if he was president, I think the Autopen was president, not Biden, nearly 100% of those who infiltrated our southern border did so because they were personally approved. They admitted they were just what happened, assisted by the most dangerous and violent criminal organizations anywhere on the planet. The worst people on the planet they allowed into our beautiful country. Under the Trump administration, we're finally treating the cartels as the core national security threat that they really are. The cartels are waging war on America, and just as I promised in the campaign, we're waging war on them like they've never seen before. All you have to do is turn on your television and you'll see what's happening to them. Past administrations have tried to mitigate this threat, and our objective is to eliminate it. We're not mitigating, we're eliminating. We're getting them out. The bad ones we're putting in prison. We hate to do that because that means we're stuck with them for 50 years or more. In recent weeks, our Homeland Security Task Force has seized more than 70 tons of deadly narcotics, along with more than 1,000 illegal guns, and that's just recently. This is already the most successful anti-cartel and anti-gang operation in American history, and it's just getting started. We have incredible people. A lot of them are in this room with us today, and it's an honor to have them. But we're going to not stop until the threat has been fully and completely eradicated. I want to thank task force members with us.
I genuinely, honestly thought this was going to be like something way different tonight. I don't know why I thought it was going to be something different, but the CZ thing doesn't make any sense other than just pardoning CZ and moving on. But hey, I mean, who knows? We'll see.
Better than Secretary of Defense. I don't know. Do you guys agree with that? I don't know. It sounds, we won the First World War, the Second World War. I would say everything before and everything in between. And then we got woke and we said, well, let's call it defense. I think we like it this way better. It's funny. That's something I thought it would be maybe controversial, and it's only controversial that we changed the name in the first place. It's not controversial at all. It's been unbelievably well accepted, Pete. Hasn't it? Right? It's been pretty amazing. I thought it would be controversial. People want to have our country back. People want to do exactly what we're doing right
Vincent,
now.
I think you're
we're
right.
getting a lot of credit for it, and we should. I want to thank, though, Pete. You're doing a great job. Pete Hegseth. Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. Kristi, thank you very much. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi, good job. And the heads of all of the law enforcement agencies all throughout the room. You're really amazing, the job you've done. To provide additional details on our mission, I would like also to ask General Bondi to say a few words, followed by Secretary Noem, Secretary Hegseth, Director Gabbard, Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller. Stephen, you're such a superstar, Stephen. They called Stephen the other day a very bad name, and I said, you should sue them, Stephen. I think he will. I hope he does. FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. And I just want to say it's an honor, the job we're doing. And these people are doing absolutely incredible. I'll just add a couple of things. In Memphis, Craig, as you know, where the numbers are down in half already, and it's only been about 2 weeks. You're doing a fantastic job there. Thank you. Incredible. Nobody thought it was possible. It was really it was a very sick city. It was horrible what happened there. People would go from, if you're on the board of FedEx, they would ride you 1 block to the hotel. They said you couldn't walk it because it was too dangerous. And they're already feeling better about it. But the best example right now is Washington, D.C. We went from one of the most unsafe places and the planet, I hate to say, but in this country, to a totally safe city. It's nothing's crime-free, I guess, but this is about as close to crime-free as you're going to get.
I'm just moving it because I actually just don't think
every one of you.
I just don't think this is going to be anything that we need to stick around and listen to. If I'm totally dead honest with everybody.
And people would go to the nation. They'd go from, I always say, Iowa, Indiana. They'd go from Florida. They'd come up. They want to see the monument. I want to see the Lincoln Memorial. I want to see one of the monuments, any one of them, and they'd go home in a coffin. But not anymore. It's not happening anymore. We haven't had that happen in a long time. It was averaging more than one a week, one person a week. Who would think that's possible? And it hasn't happened anymore. And we have a safe city. We have a city where the restaurants are booming. People are going out. Nobody's being mugged, hit over the head with a baseball bat. None of the stuff is gone. We took out 1,700 criminals, many of them career criminals, many of them given to us by Joe Biden and his ridiculous open borders policy. They came in from jails from all over the world, not just South America, from all over the world. Jails, they came in from mental institutions and insane asylums all over the world, drug dealers, and we got them the hell out of here. They're either that, or if they're so bad, as I said before, we put them in jail because we can't take a chance that they come back. But I want to just say that Washington, D.C. is such an example of what could be done. And now the same thing's happening in Memphis. We're just halfway through the process, and already the numbers are far superior, far better than what we would have thought at this time. And Chicago, I just saw the number. Last week, it was last weekend, 4 were murdered, 11 were shot. And then I have this guy Pritzker, is a very weak governor. Let me be nice. I'm going to be very nice. He's extremely weak. He's pathetic. I have Pritzker get up and say how great they're doing in Chicago. They're doing very poorly. So 4 were murdered, 11 were shot. I would say, and that was not a bad week for him. Okay, that was not.
But that's true.
Week.
I mean, the question we have now is how long do we stick this out? Because I just, this is not going to be what I think we think it's going to be. And so I'm a bit like, oh, we could stick it out, but I feel like we're just going to hear a lot of nonsense, which is absolutely nothing to relate to what we want to do. So I'm probably going to give it 5 minutes, and then we're probably just going to crack on with the show.
And we don't need low IQ people. We need people that are going to take care. And I love Chicago, and I love those beautiful women, black women, beautiful women wearing MAGA hats, and they're all over the place in Chicago. They want protection. They don't care if it's the National Guard, if it's the Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines. They'll take Space Force, okay? Space Force, send them in. They just don't want to be mugged, killed, raped, shot in the head, and we stop it. So we're going to be given a very special, we're going to give Chicago very special care. As you probably know, maybe you heard, we were going to do a big surge in San Francisco.
I think I'm going to do that. I'm listening, but I generally don't think it's going to be anything that's worthwhile.
Some incredible people.
Just my opinion, by the way. So I know it's going to look super weird that I've got headphones on
Mark,
as well, but I will listen in the background while
Jensen,
while he's giving it the big one. Anyway.
Jensen.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're doing well.
Others call me from
if there's anything that comes of this, albeit I just don't think there is.
And they said we're working really hard.
I've got to be honest. I did not see this
we're
being
making
the
progress.
Thing that was
Would it be possible for you to hold
sometimes
the
it is what it is.
And
I don't know why I was kind of convinced it was going to be a bit of a crypto announcement. But
that would be the greatest.
I'll listen to any of the questions that come up. I'll
I'll
listen to anything that comes up.
And they have great competence.
I don't feel like we're going to get anything.
I mean,
that's going to be worthwhile.
Some of the smartest business leaders.
Make
working very well with the police department. They're doing a good job.
Is going on the market. So anyway, welcome back as always. That was a bit of a nothing burger, but look, it is what it is.
I mean,
we kind of said nothing burger.
I know we can do it faster.
The markets, by the way, today, not so much of a nothing burger. Actually, kind of good news to a degree. And yeah, you're gonna have to give me back. The reason why you've got this screen up, by the way, is just so I can kind of.
We're gonna let San Francisco.
There we go. I got rid of it. You're early today? Yeah. I came early because I wanted to talk about the Trump. I was kind of bringing the Trump thing up, really. So I wanted to bring that up. But okay, well, we're going to get into a couple of things. We're going to sort of talk a little bit about what's going on. I mean, there's obviously some very important announcements that have been done today. We'll break a little bit down, some charts, all the rest of it, some kind of key things that may be starting to play out. I'm not going to be honest. It's, sorry, Tony. It's going to be a little bit clunky because obviously I'm just kind of trying to rush to kind of get everything together. But where do we sit in the markets? The markets are pretty favorable, I think, is, the honest answer. So it's a good news story, particularly on a number of these. Here's the kind of Bitcoin chart that we've been watching. Very strong move on the back of it and mitigates the two big things. I'll keep an eye on CPI. I actually put a video. I do have some data on that, by the way. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a little bit about the FOMC meeting as well and what all this could mean to your cryptocurrency bags. So I don't think I've said this yet, but do me a favor, smash up the like button to if you're brand new here. Hit the subscribe button. Also, tap the screen if you're here on TikTok as well. And yeah, we'll sort of get into it. Markets, though, arguably holding up pretty well on the back of today's announcements, which haven't really been a lot of stuff. It's just kind of been a good day in the markets, which I think is kind of good news. So he's still rabbling on, though. I've got my headphones on to try and listen into what's going on, but hopefully we can kind of get in there. Definitely going down there. Well, we might get some more bullish news. Which I think would be kind of good news. So anyway, we'll talk a little bit about the markets. We'll kind of get a bit of a view. I did obviously post last night. I don't know if you guys caught it, or I'm assuming the people in the Discord did. We actually posted on the trade signal some pretty good news, actually. We did a full summary in terms of what CPI could look like. We also talked about current macro trends that we expect, which I think is kind of good news as well. So again, good price targets. We need to close above 111K. That's what ideally you'd want to see from a macro sentiment, by the way. If you're interested, by the way, in joining the Discord, link is in the description. Also, it is part of my bio here. And if you want to get those trade signals, become a channel member, subscribe here on TikTok. You're going to get access to those as well, which is definitely worthwhile. So, yeah, they are literally just rabbing around drug cartels and bad people. So, yeah, we'll probably just leave that as it is and move a little bit on, which I think is probably the right thing. Okay, good. CZ gets pounded by Trump after they raked in billions on a 1010. I mean, that's true. That's true. I actually have a video coming out about that whole thing with Binance coming soon, but I'm not going to go too much through it. Again, Solana having a nice little move there, 6.5%. A lot of other altcoins actually starting to go. Obviously, everyone was kind of a bit like, maybe, just maybe, there's going to be some sort of will-there-be financial announcement. Isn't so much. Asta back above 111 feels like a solid move. The only thing to watch out on this is that doesn't look particularly good. Anyway. So what I want to talk about, what did I kind of want to go through, particularly when we talk tonight? Obviously, there's just lots of data that is setting us up for what we think is CPI tomorrow, which is going to be pretty interesting. Now, expectations are okay. I think they're leveled, which is probably where I get to, as opposed to it kind of being any sort of craziness in the market. But let's talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a little bit about some sort of macro data. We'll get a bit of a view as to, I guess, what to expect, which I think could be interesting. So is this going to play out what we want to see tomorrow? Is this not going to play out? We'll keep an eye on what's going on with the price of BTC. Again, we're looking for 111,000 as a close, which will be pretty nice. It's the top end of this wick today. So, yeah, we'll see. By the way, just do share the stream out. That would be highly appreciated if you could. And let everyone know we're here. And with that being said, let's talk about a few key things coming up. So, this is I can't do it with these headphones on. I'm gonna take my headphones off here, and I've got the all I can think is teletext. That's not what I mean. Subtitles, so I can see what they're talking about. See what I'm talking about. So big news, two big bits of news actually, and important to kind of reference how this kind of goes. We obviously had Trump announcing today that he's going to meet with Xi Jinping. This is kind of good news, and it's going to be 2 days before the alleged 100% tariffs go live. Also, though, worth noting here what happened. China injected another 212 billion yuan into their markets. I'm going to talk a little bit about why that is, and then why this probably plays more favorably into the Trump administration and certainly into Donald Trump's eyes versus maybe what I think a lot of other people kind of think. So if you're in a bear market, or people believe we're going down, you are in this kind of place of, well, I think that... Okay, that's fine. I think that, we are going to have a very bearish relationship with China. If you're in the other side, you kind of go, well, you want to see a weaker China because you want to see a stronger US. That's the reality of it. And at the minute, as much as there's a lot going on, the only bit of leverage they had is this rare earth mineral things, right? That's my opinion. And I'll talk a little bit about what that looks like and why that is an important metric to think about, because even that will quickly dwindle away, I believe, with the whole kind of Australian narrative and everything else that Trump's kind of been doing. So I think that is definitely worthwhile thinking about it. Now, obviously, they are a key player when it comes to the rare earth minerals. And this is kind of where it all sort of plays out for. You can see the disparity between here. So China estimated rare earth reserves around about 44 million versus the US here at about 1.9. But Australia, you can see 5.7. They're not going to get anywhere near that. Really, they need to kind of cushy up to Brazil, don't they? And kind of get it out. Is this really the kind of new big thing? I don't think so. Like, I'm probably in this world where I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. Rather than it be this kind of super crazy, overhyped, kind of thing. So this is going to be interesting. The US ranks 7th, 1.9 million tons of rare earth. We'll see what that plays out. But important to think about it. Global investors are dumping US stocks. That's pretty interesting. 4-week net buying average of financial stocks is actually declining 0.8 billion, more than 2 of the standard deviations below average for the last 17 years. So when we kind of got this gold move, which, by the way, I'm going to sort of flick around a little bit, but gold was up only marginally, 0.5% on that kind of pretty aggressive dump. This is a 12-hour chart, by the way, just to kind of give you a bit of a view. I don't know, TikTok, do you want to see this stuff? I don't know if you guys want to see this, but anyway. So yeah, this is kind of where the gold is. And then we obviously see a lot moving into things like equities, bonds, all the rest of it. BTC likewise holding up pretty well. So we do know, though, that they are net flowing out of particular stocks. In fact, a record net 60% of investors with over 400 billion in assets said in October the equity markets are overvalued. Do you know what's not overvalued? And if you caught my update video again about markets and Bitcoin, all the rest of it today, there is the NASDAQ Fair Value Predictor. We looked at it last night a little bit, which predicts that Bitcoin should be around $155,000, given it a 31% decrease or 31% discount. So you kind of get into this place where you say stocks and gold essentially are deemed as being overvalued, and Bitcoin and the crypto market definitely seen as being undervalued right now, based on where we probably should be and where that kind of initial trajectory was for how that kind of plays through. So this is kind of an interesting chart, one to watch out for as, this whole rotation begins to take place. Now, you also have an increase in USA adoption of crypto, right? It's good news. 2025 growth rate versus 2024. Now, again, you could argue, particularly in the US, you've got a totally different leadership, you've got a totally different presidential structure, etc., etc. But the reality is on-chain activity now surging 69% year over year, with transaction volume jumping from 1.4 trillion to 2.36 trillion, led by India, Vietnam, and Pakistan. Okay, that's not unusual. Europe is declining, no surprise. And I think a lot of that will be driven out of here in the UK. We actually had a slightly more bullish approach to Coinbase, to crypto versus where we sort of sit right now. But you can see there, look, APAC having a massive surge. What's going on, Cheese? Yeah, I wanted to do I wanted to go live for the Trump thing. I generally was in a world where I thought we were going to get some sort of crypto announcements, but yeah, turns out that's not the case. Anyway, is what it is. So, gotta, live and learn. But again, this kind of signaling that there's a potential movement from traditional markets into this. And, there's no surprise that on the back of the gold dump, we've actually seen, cryptocurrency have a pretty good move. You could argue, and we've seen before, this was definitely a manipulated wick, 100% manipulated wick, just because of the amount of upside that came in, followed by then the extreme downside that we got. But the reality is that, growth is moving and everyone's grooving, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to kind of continue to push us. The next week, or certainly tomorrow into FOMC next week, will definitely be the big one. What's going on, Obi Joe? Good to see you, man. That's going to be the big one that we're definitely going to have to think about. Guys, tap the screen and repost the live. Jay, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. We also have this, which sort of gives you an idea of, I think, and it's kind of a difficult chart, so I apologize to see, but this is what they call Magnificent Seven stocks. Magnificent Seven, by the way, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, Meta, and Tesla, right? Shane, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for the heart me's. Appreciate it. Helps the old algorithm, so thank you so much. They actually make up nearly 35% of the entire S&P 500. So when you talk about the S&P 500 being overvalued, it's not really the S&P is overvalued. It's the fact the Magnificent Seven, in my opinion, are massively overvalued. And we know Nvidia is now, 4.6 trillion, something kind of crazy like that. So again, this will be where potentials, get some selling off. Maybe people start to, dump certain assets. Maybe Bezos dumps, $500 billion worth of Amazon stock, whatever. You can see kind of how that plays out. But this kind of gives you an idea of why people maybe believe the market right now is overvalued. And on the contrary, as we talked about, that the crypto market is undervalued. And I think that's probably a fair example to see. You can see where, again, lots of the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, obviously we'll look at, I think the market's still open right now, aren't they? We'll look at what those pre-market futures look like, albeit they're going to be very, very, very early as we normally sort of look at them. But again, worthwhile sort of thinking about how that kind of plays through and then what that could look like more over than not in the future, particularly in the markets. Tim gifting the channel membership to none other than Foz. Enjoy that gifted. Thank you so much, Tim. Appreciate it. Bullish on you, my friend. Bullish on you, my friend. We did actually get some good news on the stock market, but at the same time, we actually got some good news from institutional buyings on ETFs. BlackRock, once again, buying about 680. But the interesting one, ARK21, Kathy Wood, going super macro bullish on the crypto market, which is super interesting. And likewise, buying a significant amount of BTC. So we'll sort of touch on a little bit about that. But there are some nervousness in the market. You know, we know that maybe China comes in, although I'm kind of secretly, as annoyed as I am, because I thought this was going to be a little bit more crypto content. It isn't. It's, you know, drug cartels and bad people and all the rest of it. You kind of go, oh, well, at least we're going to hopefully hold 110,000. I do want to see us push a little bit more, though. I do would like to see, you know, you'd like to see a 111. Maybe tomorrow we start to print a further move, you know, absolutely then align into the upside trend that's going to be coming in. So we do need to see a little bit more. Stocks may drive this. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get a little bit more upside. But there are some things to think about, right? This being one of them. The US dollar is declining. The US dollar fell about 11% versus the first half of the 2025, and its steepest decline in more than 5 decades, effectively ending a 15-year bull run. So the dollar is weakening. If you remember, we talked about this a little bit last night. So you got a weakening dollar. Actually, the Russian ruble is actually up 40% against the US dollar as well, which is, you know, kind of interesting as you sort of walk through that one as well. But fact of the matter is that if the dollar is declining, this is generally seen as good news for risk on assets and definitely seen as good news for the crypto market. You know, you want to see kind of Bitcoin certainly being as the opposite when it comes to the DXY, which we see declining. Now, worth noting, though, there are some profit taking. Remember, a lot of smart whales will always sell into gains, will always sell into pumps. That's the kind of way you do it. But since October 15th, long-term holders have been offloading, albeit 28,000 BTC, more than new holders are adding or wallets cashing out. I think that number will change over the course of the next 24 hours. Why? Because we're seeing some inflows into the market that we haven't seen over the course of that. If you think about, you know, October 18th, all we've seen is dumping pretty much to where we get. So I generally believe that chart will actually feel different, and long-term holders, in my opinion, will be yet again accumulating more cryptocurrency. This therefore plays out a little bit more favorably where we've been. Fingers crossed we're going to start to see that upside momentum come in. Now, worth noting as well, by the way, that there was some key analysis done, particularly on the past 30 and 40% open interest liquidation events. So this kind of effort that came in on that Friday, or the elusive Friday, isn't going to go away anytime soon. There's even obviously been, and I think that's why people have been fooled in the market to assume that we were going to get, I'm just going to bring that up, and that's not what I want to look at. They were going to get some significant upside momentum coming in with obviously all these wallets opening up bigger trades and bigger leverage. And yeah, I mean, they just think maybe something's big in the markets coming. I mean, who the hell knows right now? But they certainly weren't in a place where they got good. Although it does feel like they have closed their positions out. Interesting. 43% of people going long on Hyperliquid. But yeah, these have definitely been closed out, I think. You can't see recent activity, can you? I don't think you can see recent activity. Search by address. Oh. Yeah. Tim, NBA story was wild today. I knew it was happening, but some big memes involved. Interesting. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Don't forget, do me a quick favor. Tap the screen, lock in some likes, share us out and far and wide. Let everyone know that we are here. Like I said, we went live way earlier than usual, but we are here talking about it. Yeah, so this kind of big whale that a lot of people believe is some sort of Trump insider is no longer. They were actually long, I think, on the market, but it definitely feels like they've closed it. But I don't feel live trader feed. Is this kind of what I want to see? Maybe this will kind of tell us what's going on, but they've definitely closed out that trade and closed out the market potential move. So pretty interesting. Although Hyperliquid right now, just really quickly, 43% long. It's actually up. It was 30% yesterday. So, you know, definitely kind of feels a little bit more optimistic. Biggest trade right now, 36 milli, is a long trade. Although asset positions, open orders. Yeah, so lots of them have closed their positions down right now. Interesting. So, yeah, I mean, this is kind of a view, by the way, on these previous market dumps. You can sort of see what it does say here, though. The conclusivity or the conclusion is that historically, they've been quite bullish for Bitcoin. So whenever we've had these big capitulation events, these big wick down events, actually post those events, it's actually been pretty good news. All right. So in fairness, you could argue right now, it is sort of playing out favorably. It is sort of playing out, I guess, aligned to maybe what we want to see. But yeah, Ardon, do you see the news that happened with Kadena? Yeah, the blockchain I believe, is still up, but they're going to do nothing in terms of building on it. So, in my opinion, I'd definitely get the hell out of there. But yeah, you can see here on the chart, Bitcoin price as open interest drop events. So when we get liquidations, what happens? You can see how this moves. And interesting, actually, when you kind of correlate that to the weekly candles here, you can sort of time that pretty much similar to what we've seen, which is a lot of these tended to be big liquidations events that push the market down, not change in sentiment. Pretty interesting. So this kind of plays out in a view then that, well, we should see some more upside momentum. And we sort of talked about this yesterday. Dave, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. We talked a bit about this here, that actually sentiment feels pretty solid and we should sort of expect us to go a little bit higher. Whether that's going to be the case or not, yet to be seen. Tomorrow is going to be the big day. Are we going to get super bullish? Which I think they have to, by the way. I generally think they have to, but yeah. We'll see kind of this plays out. But yeah, important. And then look at this one. This one was definitely worthwhile looking at. Chinese exports to the US are down over 17% this year. I don't think that's a surprise, but actually that's the lowest number it's been for years. Why is this important? Well, it's important because the reality is they're going to need some leverage. The Chinese believe they have the leverage. The more and more I kind of look into some of this stuff, I don't believe that they do. And I think that's kind of where it's going to start to get pretty interesting. I'm just going to stick my headphones back on because I think they're going to Q&A. So we'll see if there's anything worthwhile in the Q&A, but I don't think there is going to be. So we'll see. Yeah, I love to look at the candle chart on the left. I wonder if it would be a spinning top or a doji candle. I mean, that's the thing you're going to work out. You're going to work out. But yeah, I mean, certainly this Chinese exports, is this going to decline? No. But remember, the US is a buyer's market, not China. Their actual domestic market is declining. So worthwhile thinking about. Just to let you know, Fed expectations 98.6. We're looking to see this start to move. Still 25 basis points. The view is the hold at 37.5, which is kind of crazy to think about. I don't think we're going to hold at all, by the way. I think we'll actually see a significant rally on this number, but worthwhile thinking about as we sort of walk through that number. Just in my opinion, I think the Fed's kind of holding up pretty well. And then we obviously wait to see what we get for CPI data, and that's going to be an interesting aggregator as well. The view is right now it's sort of sat just as a normal number. We haven't got anything too crazy. Expectations tomorrow here, look. So Friday, we expect 3.1 as a consensus forecast is 3. Inflation will sit flat. So they're not expecting any kind of crazy inflation to come in, but yeah. 2 bits. It's going to be bullish. I hope so. Yeah, we're talking a little bit about the White House now. I want to see solid data and I want to see a bullish Trump. Bullish Trump Powell. It's hard to get, but I think hopefully we kind of see that. And I think we could then start the upside move. You know, I think a break back above 111, maybe even close over 112 tomorrow, I'd probably say would, give us certainly an upside move. And I would argue maybe puts us back on track for the market where we want to get to. So yeah, we'll sort of see, but worthwhile thinking about. Just that data there on ETFs, you can see 680 coming in, a couple of the smaller ones selling off, but that's very telling right now. 6804 going into ARC 21 is a pretty big number. They've definitely gone pretty bullish. What's going on, Holmes? Good to see you, man. Swamp's here as well. What's good, everybody? Welcome in. Don't forget, smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high if you could. All right, it's Cash Patel's talking right now. China speaks of their economy and what their future will look like. Yeah, well, they're injecting more money than they've ever injected into it right now, which is kind of crazy. So let's stick to the BTC chart. Let's stick on the 15-minute just to kind of see what's going on, really, and see if anything's happening. Remember, we normally do see a little bit of easing off as markets come to a close, which is about now, I believe. So markets closed. Yeah, so markets have officially now closed, I believe. So what did you get? Treasuries look okay. Gold up only 0.3. Very interesting. So, and this will be after hours. I mean, gold's continuing to dump on the back of that. So we'll see what that kind of feels like and what that kind of looks like. But yeah, other than that, CPI is going to be the big one, which we'll obviously expect. I think expectations. In fact, do I still have that? What do I want to see? I think this might be. I was talking about this in my video. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but let me see if I can find it. So Bank of America released their CPI, I guess, view, if that makes sense. Cash crushing it with that. He basically, yeah. Oh, here it is. Got it. So this has kind of been released by the Bank of America, which gives their view in terms of what's going on with the market, where they believe the market's going to go, and more importantly, what they expect from CPI, which, I mean, you kind of don't want a shit CPI. Let's just be dead honest. We kind of want an okay CPI, or we want a bullish CPI. What's their expectations? I don't know if we covered this, by the way. Sorry, I was concentrating. So inflation is little change in September, which I think is fair. Tariff continues to push goods price higher. That might be maybe a bearish indicator. Maybe we'll obviously do the we'll do the bingo card for Powell next week. The CPI data is not going to be much of a big deal, to be honest. Non-housing service inflation to moderate slightly, and core PCE is likely to remain stuck. So basically, what you're going to get is a pretty average CPI report, but that I think is not going to be bad. Ollie says E3 visit 4,800 before the end of the year. Yeah, I think so. If the bull market's back on, baby, you can maybe even start to talk about 6 or 7K. So yeah, interesting. A little bit of a pullback. I say pullback. I mean, it's not really. Is it still over 2% on the day? But we'll see kind of what this looks like on the 15-minute, particularly when it comes to that. So you've got Fed Watch looking good. You've got ETF inflows coming back in. I mean, arguably, you'd say Trueflation is up a little bit, but nothing too crazy. The only thing I don't understand, the only thing that I'm struggling to get my head around is why the CZ announcement today. That's what I don't get. 2.26 is currently on the Trueflation number. So yeah, why CZ? Why the pardon on CZ today? Someone help me understand why that is. Right, we're on to questions right now. So we'll see if there's any questions, I'll unmute and bring it up. Okay, they're talking about Venezuela right now. Kevin, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. I had dinner with Donald and Melania yesterday. I'm telling you, good stuff ahead. Yeah, I saw Melania token. Isn't it 9 cents right now? Oh, dear. XRPZ, what's going on? Good to see you, man. Willoughby Financial fly after the pardon. Well, it has done. Willoughby Financial is crushing it today. It's up 17%. So actually, I mean, look at this. Boom on the back of the CZ thing. BNB moved a little bit as well. 4%, but nothing crazy. Solana, I actually think, I'd argue, Kathy Wood's pretty big on Solana, so it wouldn't surprise me if they haven't been buying Solana in the droves, but yeah, this is going to be a super nothing burger for the crypto market, which again, maybe it was always going to be a nothing burger for the crypto market and we just all got a little bit too excited, but you know, I mean, we are where we are. I think the key thing is I would like a push above 111. That's where I'd like to get to. I'm going to will this to 111. Hold on, let me draw this line. There we go. There we go. That's the line, everybody. That's the line to cross by the end of the stream. So the stream is going to end about there. So let's see where we want to get to. I heard CZ offered to do the plaster in the East Wing. It's starting to green up, mate. Yeah, well, fingers crossed. Yeah, we're on the 15-minute here. I mean, we go to the 5-minute if people want to go to the 5-minute just to be a bit more frisky, a bit more interesting. They're literally all talking about drugs and God knows what else over here. So, we might be having a problem here. Listen in, everybody.
For you or Secretary Hegseth, is there any evidence that China is now smuggling fentanyl through Venezuela to bypass U.S. and Mexican port controls?
They are doing that, yes. But they are paying right now a 20% tariff because of
No,
fentanyl.
don't talk about
That's
tariffs.
billions and billions of dollars that they're paying. We're actually, on November 1st, the tariff on China goes to 157%, which is
Stop
record-setting
talking.
territory. And we don't want that because it's not sustainable for them. They can't sustain that. We don't want them to have to go through that. So I'm meeting with President Xi, and I would say we have some big issues, like with the farmers and various other things. But the first question I'm going to be asking him about is fentanyl. And if you think about it, they make $100 million. Think of this. They make $100 million selling fentanyl into our country, $100 million. They lose $100 billion with the 20% tariff. So it's not a good business proposition. It's $100 billion approximately that they have to pay. It's a big penalty to make $100 million. So I think they want to do something. They want to put it on the list. It's on the list. It's one of the things we're talking about, and I'm putting it right at the front of the list. So they pay a very big penalty for doing that, and I don't think they want to be doing it. And we'll see what happens at the end of next week, because I'll be meeting next week, as you know.
Okay, cool. Right, he's meeting with him next week. I'll put this over here. I'm gonna keep listening in. By the way, I'll keep listening in. Oh, what did I just do? Oh my God, I think I just subscribed to the White House channel. Weird. Right. Good. Okay. Man, there's some crazy questions coming in right now. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. So what we do know today then is that there is definitely this whole CZ thing. We need to unpack the CZ bit. I don't understand why the CZ pardons a thing. I had Tyra for nearly pissed about. Yeah, I know, same as me, Matt. I was like, stop talking about it. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. So we'll stay close to what's going on in the markets. Like I said, outside of all the kind of macro stuff that's coming in, a lot of the data that's coming in, everything's kind of a little bit quiet, to be honest. Like, it's all a little bit kind of, not there. Lots of the traders have closed theirs. Rumor President Donald Trump considering pardoning former FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried. There's no way he's going to pardon him. No way on this earth he pardons him. I don't think, anyway. That would be pretty insane if he did. Pretty insane if he did. So, yeah. CZ is FOMO. I mean, CZ definitely pumped the market today, so. Yeah, I think it is. I mean, it's from Altcoin Daily, if you can believe that, Holmes. Altcoin Daily giving it the big one. What? But yeah, this is a nothing burger, but I think it was definitely a little bit misled, shall we say, because of the whole CZ thing. They love a speculative rumor. Yeah, 100%. 100%. So, yeah, outside of that, there is really not too much going on. The market's definitely holding up right now. We want to see this kind of push. I'd definitely like to see it above 111 by the end of the day. End of the day. CZ Duck on SPF on a yacht. You know it. Tomato Pete, it's going old school, baby. Hey, to bit Jasmine's up on. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it. There's nothing specific other than just the actual altcoin markets have a nice little run. But yeah, 8% up on Jasmine for the day is great news, by the way. So yeah. I mean, the whole market. I mean, Pump Fund had a good move today. That was up 9%. Pepe 2, Bonk 5. They're all pretty good moves. All pretty good news. Oil down, gold pretty flat. Nothing too crazy going on, but yeah, hopefully we can kind of see a push on BTC. I'd definitely be curious as to kind of who's been buying it. But yeah, you think we're in a mid-cycle dip or bear market? I don't believe we're in a bear market. No. I said this yesterday. I guess it's not. I don't even think it's a mid-cycle dip, because the reality is that it just got wrecked on that Friday, and there's a ton of insider trading going on. But you can't really move on from that. To be honest, it just kind of is what it is. But we will see. Hopefully, we kind of get some more solid momentum, and we get some more upside moves. That's kind of what we want to see. And then I think we can start talking about what does Q4 look like. The big one, obviously, is CPI tomorrow. What's about the, yeah? Well, that's what I'm listening to. That's why I've got the headsets in. It's all about drug cartels, drug boats, and at the minute, a little bit about Venezuela and China, big pharma. That's about it. Nothing crypto related. Don't think it's going to be. And it is what it is. Yeah, I talked about Flare. Specifically when you talk about XRP as well, they've just raised their cap now to what, 15 million? Pretty interesting. And then you look at the look at that Evernorth thing. Chris Larson announcing today that he's personally investing in Evernorth, which is pretty interesting. So that's going to be certainly an interesting one, as well as, you know, they're going to hold XRP as a part of their, you know, company, which, yeah, I think it could be good news as well. So good news. Tucker Carlson saying he's not going to buy Bitcoin. That's fine. Don't care. Tucker Carlson. See you later. See you later. The only thing is, I don't think we get government shut the back open tomorrow, by the way. Yeah. Even the questions are just not anything to do with the market right now. So, you know. Trump spreading more misinformation. Well, like I said, the weird bit today, the bit that I'm struggling with is why the CZ thing. That's the bit that I'm like, should that have made a difference? Should that have been something that should have come in? But yeah, just need the government to open. It's such, yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. We could just do with the government reopening for sure, yeah. Evernorth is a big deal. I think so as well, Cheese, yeah. If you haven't looked at my, if you haven't like watched my video about it today, I would definitely recommend checking it out. Some interesting stuff going over there, and I think it's a good move for XRP specifically. Yeah. Yeah. Solana price highs, bullish crossovers, new address, it's a month later. Yeah, I mean, Solana, I definitely think ARC21's buying Solana. I kind of feel like that's a thing, by the way. I definitely think that's a thing. There's obviously been this whole big Russia scenario as well. Have you seen that? Russia, we talked about the Russian sanctions last night. Well, actually, there's been the European markets have now said no. China, to a degree, say no, which does give me optimism that actually there could be there could be a pretty interesting deal on the table when it comes to the whole US, China. Imagine that. Like, imagine they come out of it with some sort of like crazy ass super deal. I'd effectively send me a follow request on X today. Mate, they've been everywhere. They've been everywhere. There's loads of fake ones. You got to be careful. It's never me. I'll never message you guys, by the way, unless we've already spoke about it before. Yeah. US and China become top allies in Colorado. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, Holmes? China is buying gold, by the way, still. Buying lots and lots and lots of gold. It's got weird.
Accent, but we can't understand what you're saying. Huh?
That was the worst question I've heard yet. Yeah, the worst one anyway. Anyway. US and China become top allies. Yeah, fingers crossed. All right, this is... I'm almost getting a bit bored with this right now. It's literally all about... I mean, I'm not saying it's not an important topic, by the way. It's all about, like, drug cartels and all the rest of it. Like, it's literally just not... This is doing nothing for this market at all. It is what it is. It is what it is. If you have any questions, by the way, let me know. Obviously, we were definitely expecting something a bit... Well, I mean, were we? Should we have been? I don't know. Maybe we were expecting something a little bit bigger than what we've got. I guess the CZ pardon was a ruse. It was a big ruse. Oh, dear me. Yeah. It's a big ruse. Who knows? I mean, he only got 4 months in prison, didn't he? Which is kind of wild, but yeah. I still don't understand it. I still don't understand it. Now, I believe Scott Bessent's meeting with China tomorrow as well, so that could be pretty good news. But yeah. I mean, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm curious about what you guys think. Obviously, this was the headline, Trump pardons convicted Binance founder. I want to know what you guys think. That drug talk will drive you... Yeah, maybe, yeah. Maybe. Hit the legend, hit the likes, hit the like legends. God, what's going on, non-fungible? Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious about why we're pardoning him. I don't know. Definitely feels like an odd one, but at the same time, you know, maybe it's kind of just maybe a bit more bullish when it comes to the whole crypto market. Maybe something plays out tomorrow. Maybe something's coming. Maybe CPI is going to be like super good, and all of a sudden you're going to get some sort of crazy thing. The only thing I would say, by the way, looking at where people are, we're definitely not seeing anything crazy from a trade perspective. Open interest feels reasonably flat. I know we were talking about this, but yeah, it feels reasonably flat right now on the market. So what does that mean? Doesn't mean a lot of people are going trading, if that makes sense. So look, on the hour down, the macro on the 24 hours up a little bit here on BTC. Ethereum down a little bit. Ethereum probably feeling a little bit more of the pinch, to be honest. XRP, again, looking pretty bullish. Lots of people excited by XRP, I think. SEO was too harsh on him. Yeah, well, there was this thing where he was the only person that was ever convicted and served prison time for the thing they convicted him of. I can't remember. Was it like, what was it that he got convicted for? It was like money transfer fraud or something. What was it for? I can't remember. It was something else. Violating US money laundering laws. That was it. He's the first person, I believe, in US history to ever do jail time for that, I believe. And a $4 billion fine. Like, think about how crazy that is. $4 billion fine on the back of it. So, yeah, interesting. Interesting. Right, we've got a long time to go till the end of the stream, by the way, because I did go live early. So if you got any questions, thoughts, opinions, let me know. You know, jump in the chat. We'll talk, keep an eye on what's going on the charts. He did plead guilty. Yeah, I don't think it's not a debate that he didn't do it or that he wasn't complicit is probably the right thing to do. I don't think he specifically did it. He just didn't have any safeguards from his company to kind of stop it. But yeah, that's the life, unfortunately, of being a CEO, isn't it? It is what it is. There's a bigger debate right now of whether they're absolutely like, you know, dumping the market and wrecking the markets and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. That's a bigger debate for Binance right now. And I mean, there's probably an argument to say, yeah, they are, but you know, we don't get too deep into all that kind of stuff, to be honest. Will he get his money back? Absolutely not, because it's company money. Feelings for tomorrow too, bit. Yeah, I mean, look, if we were to, I guess if we were to close anywhere around 111,000, I'd feel pretty optimistic about where the markets were. I think even the fact that we saw this kind of move today is good news, if you ask me. Is good news. What does the Evernorth purchase begin? Or nothing set in stone? So I believe it's currently with the regulators. They've got to approve it, I believe, and then I believe it'll start. The debate is what they're going to do. Well, when I sort of go through it and sort of see what has been said, man, I've been live on TikTok already for an hour. When I sort of went through it and tried to understand where it was very much aligned to a strategy over a period of time. Why is this now being a bit weird? Come on, TikTok. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's like saying, 2-bit, you're not live anymore. Like, what the hell? Anyway. Q1. Oh, there you go. Curtis says Q1. On the 12th day, it felt okay, yeah, they're still talking about that. Maybe CZ was good for business. Maybe. To read my message. Okay, where is it? Where have we put it? There. Hey, Tim, what's going on? 2-bit Jasmine. I said that. I said the Trump announcement. What is it? What message is it? I can't see anything. I've already, if it's the one you've put about what is the big event and also the Jasmine, I've answered both of those questions. You just clearly didn't listen, or you went away from the stream. Busted. But I have, if that's your question, by the way, which is what is the big event and the big Trump thing and equally the Jasmine coin, I literally have answered both of those. Both of those. Has anyone seen the new personal carbon footprints? No. I have not. What's going on, Lauren Barb? Good to see you, man. Welcome for the digital IDs. Don't even get me started on digital IDs. No one wants to see them. Nobody wants digital IDs, bro. Nobody, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I generally will do everything I possibly can to not get a digital ID because I don't see the point of it. I've got driving license, I've got passport. Don't need a freaking digital ID as well. I don't need it. So yeah, I will do everything I can to not get one. Just my opinion. Will there be snacks 2-bit? Yeah. Where are the snacks coming from? I'm not sure. I want digital IDs. Why? Thoughts on the quantum computer breakthrough? Yeah, I saw that, and I'm still, look, you know me, I'm still very much in a world that I don't necessarily get drawn into the like, oh, crypto's going up zero. But I mean, definitely interesting for sure. Definitely interesting, but I mean, I still don't feel like it's a close thing. I know some people may think it is, but yeah, I'm not in that place at all, actually. But yeah, I mean, there's discussions in there from the Trump administration that they want to like get involved with, you know, quantum computing and all that kind of stuff. Fair play, fair play. Digital ID, yeah, I agree, Holmes. I'm absolutely in that place where there's just no way I want digital IDs. No freaking way. No way at all. Good. All right. Well, look, we've been talking about the charts. We're here for another 40 odd minutes yet. So we've already been live an hour, I think. Yeah, an hour and 5 minutes. I've already been live. Let's get it, baby. So smash up the like button to a brand new time if you haven't already, by the way, and subscribe to the channel. We are here every day bringing you the best in the cryptocurrency market. Likewise, if you want to see the content, head over to 2bitcrypto.co.uk. That's my website, and I need a new one, actually. Don't head over to there. Go to youtube.com/2bitcrypto. Also, you can see me here on TikTok as well. Good. I sent a pic of food package with carbon print to the bank statement to the personal carbon footprint in the Discord. Wow. Bullish. I like your style. I like your style, Curtis. If you want to become a channel member, by the way, feel free. Link is in the description. Also, you can click that join button. It's going to give you access to our premium Discord. Equally, you can join the Discord for free. You're going to be part of a like-minded community that just is making it happen right now. Get involved with that. It's going to be pretty epic, as I believe. Do you remember that film with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks? Catch Me If You Can or something? Is that what it's called? Right, what are they still talking about? They are still talking about, I think, some nonsense. Yeah, they're still talking about immigration. We said that might be a topic for tonight. We said that immigration may become a thing, which is fine. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, the whole CZ thing has kind of thrown me off, really. I guess that's probably where we get. But again, like I said, maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. Maybe the fact that we can now hold this market, there's no like crazy volatility, no one's getting, wicked out and liquidated. Maybe this is good news, right? Maybe this is good news. This is kind of what we want to see. So fingers crossed this will all sort of play out. But you can see that about 355 milli, not the worst number in the world. That's China there in Europe and those people with a lot, like, I mean, yeah, well, would you get a Neuralink if it turned you into a trading wizard? What do you mean if it turned me into a trading wizard? That would mean that I am not a trading wizard. What are you, Timber? I don't know what you're talking about. I literally have read your message. I've changed it even to put all messages in. Tim, am I missing some messages? I can't see anything. I can put it back into here, but I generally don't think I'm missing any of your messages, by the way. Top chat, live chat. So I don't know what your messages are, bro. Honestly, I would definitely read them if they're there, but I don't see them. So Tim, I don't know if any of the mods see them. Yeah, your messages aren't coming through, which means you may have a banned word in it, by the way. So just be mindful of that. We do have some banned words in because loads of like noobs come in with all sorts of stuff. To when you cash out everything in the bull run, you're investing back into the crypto or other investments. I will hold in stable and go back into the crypto market. I've done the other investments thing before. I've done derivatives. I've done dividends, stocks. Like, I'm just like, do you know what? I firmly believe you should be an expert in one field and don't be an amateur in all. And my focus is the crypto market. So why go mess around with anything I don't understand? I don't understand the stock market really. So yeah, I'll sit and see what the market does. I mean, there's obviously the bigger debate of how bad is the bear market going to be if it is bad. I mean, obviously people have been calling for low 60s in the this last kind of 10 days post the Friday move. So yeah, that's my view anyway. That's my view. What's going on, 420? Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Welcome in. There'll be likely be money to be made in stocks through the... Yeah, I mean, look, there's money to be made in stocks right now. Like, if you think about it, like, the stock market's been doing great, but understand the stock market is overcooked as well. I think it's fair to say, we talked about fair value and what that looks like. Like, the stock market is definitely overhyped, as was gold. Now, gold will definitely come back, and it'll definitely kind of come back up at the other side. So, we'll see. Oh, hold on a minute. I think I missed something. Oh, have I really missed it? He talked about CZ. What? I'm trying to see if he's. I'm trying to see if I can get the CZ stuff. So Watcher Guru posted this saying that Justin President Trump says he pardoned Binance CZ because he wasn't guilty and was persecuted by the Biden administration. Why does he do this? Why? Oh Jesus! Right, let me bring it up. You guys need to hear this as well. You can hear it, TikTok. Let me bring this up. Sound. Right. Okay.
People say that, are you talking about the crypto person? A lot of people say that he wasn't guilty of anything. He served 4 months in jail, and they say that he was not guilty of anything, that what he did, well, you don't know much about crypto. You know nothing about nothing, you fake news. But let me just tell you that he was somebody that, as I was told, I don't know him. I don't believe I've ever met him. But I've been told by a lot of support. He had a lot of support. And they said that what he did is not even a crime. It wasn't a crime, that he was persecuted by the Biden administration. And so I gave him a pardon at the request of a lot of very good people.
There we go. At the request of a lot of good people. Fair play. So it feels, I mean, it feels a little bit politically motivated. Let's just call it as it is, all right? Definitely feels a little bit like, oh, CZ, you've got a lot of money. I mean, maybe he goes back and starts running Binance. That would be pretty crazy. Yeah, the fake news thing's wild. You know nothing about nothing, you fake news. I mean, maybe it does, Dave. I mean, the only difference is, though, it was a company money. Maybe it gets World Limit financial tokens. That'd be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? But to be last bear market, we made loads on Polygon and Lunk and a few others. I mean, that's true. For sure, just wouldn't swap my crypto portfolio for stocks at this point in the cycle. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, like I said, if we get, as is sort of playing out right now on the daily here, you know, if we were to get a nice uptrend and get above this 111, that's kind of what I see. That, I mean, that's not the worst looking chart in the world. It's not the worst looking chart. You could argue on a, I mean, you kind of have to discount this, but, you know, you could argue on kind of a bit of a macro, you know, if you were to kind of look at this from the wick down, what are you starting to see play out? We talk about this pattern quite a lot, you know. Is this going to be the breakout on the short-term time frame, giving us an upside momentum push? Maybe. Sound like Trump knew nothing about nothing and let him know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, someone told me to let CZ go. Let's hope he doesn't. I mean, he can't do it with Sam. I'm afraid that would be wild if he did it with him. But you know, we'll see what that looks like personally. See what that looks like personally. But yeah, CZ takes over Cadino. Can you imagine? Who was he talking about? CZ Nada. So yeah, CZ got a pardon. Yeah. And they're still talking about federal law enforcement officers jeopardizing their life. Okay, yeah, that's not anything to do with that. He will sue the government for unlawful arrest and get $4 billion. I mean, maybe. I don't know how it would work at like a corporate level. I guess that's probably the only question I would have. I don't know if it like sits. I don't know how it sits or what it does. I tell you what, man. Considering I went live an hour early, TikTok is wild tonight. It's got 13 people in the stream. Like, I haven't had any. It's not going above 13 people and hasn't done now for like the last hour. It's kind of wild to think about. Anyway, such is life. Currently, BTC back above 110. Again, 111. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's get his ass up there. That'd be nice if we can get a little bit further up. If you, yeah, I mean, that's true. If you got any questions, thoughts, opinions, coins, whatever it is, don't be afraid to ask. We'll try and answer them, or certainly I'll try and answer them the best I possibly can. But the macro right now is, well, the crypto market looks pretty good. And it's a good day. We do need a couple of these, though. You know, like they say, one swallow doesn't make a summer. Need these 10,000 likes to get pushed out on TikTok. I mean, that's true. We've got like nearly 11,000 likes right now. Toshi's a meme, or Toshi is meme or cycle? What? Do you mean that is the meme of the cycle? I mean, Toshi's been doing well, by the way. I've been seeing loads of stuff about Toshi that like they've been doing some good stuff. Haven't really seen a lot else been going on DeFi, which, you know, isn't exactly super crazy. But yeah, I know Toshi's been doing pretty well, in fairness. Let's have a look. It'll do well with, given the fact everything's kind of moving. Yeah, look at this, 5%. What's it currently at now? 300 million market cap. Pretty interesting. Oops, I did not mean to click that. Toshi, there we go. Oh, stop clicking it! What the? Get off! Why do I keep clicking it? Jesus Christ. Got 500. Would you buy Hadira or XRP? Man, it's a great question, actually. What would I buy? Davo, what's going on, buddy? What would I buy? Probably XRP, given the whole Evernorth thing and the fact that then we haven't actually seen a massive spike. It's still under 250, which I think is kind of interesting. And I still think this is playing out, by the way, as a potential bear trap on XRP. It's a really interesting market structure. So, yeah. I mean, HBAR definitely has some upside, but you can't deny the Evernorth, partnership and how big that could be. I'm not saying it's going to be, the kind of most insane thing in the world, but certainly would argue it's good. Hadira is actually down as well. Excuse me, 0.8 today, which is kind of interesting. So do me a favor, by the way, smash up the like button to a brand new all-time. If you're enjoying the content as well, consider subscribing. It is a grind at the minute. I'm not even going to joke to you guys. It is a super grind right now. I think over the last 3 days, as much as I've had about 16,000 views, I've had 3 subscribers. That's it. 3 people were like, oh, this channel's for me. I want to get involved. 3 people. It's wild. It's hard work out there right now. Have you heard about the Pure Wallet pre-sale token? I have thoughts on it. I have heard about it. I don't know much about it, to be honest. Is the Pure Wallet the stuff that was coming from that monkey project? I can't think what it was called. What was it called? The one that Austin and loads of people were talking about. I had the original guy on here. Is it by the same people? I can't remember. I don't know much about it, to be honest. But I have definitely heard of it, and I've definitely seen about it. MMAI, that's it. Yeah. Is the Pure Wallet the thing that they were doing with there, or is it something different? I feel like that was maybe the thing. But yeah, outside of it, I don't know too much about it, to be honest. I'm just not someone who likes to use loads and loads and loads of different wallets. I'm not saying I don't have a number of wallets. I just don't like using loads of different wallets. Like, it annoys me because you end up having to you get to $11 in a wallet and you're like, you can't take it out because it's under the threshold, or you ain't got enough Ethereum to move it. And you're like, so yeah, I'm not a big fan of using loads and loads and loads of wallets. So yeah, I guess it is what it is. By the way, I don't know if you saw this well, 14-year dormant Bitcoin wallet reactivated, moving over 4,000 BTC. Their entire portfolio they bought for 67,000, currently worth 442 million. Oh my God, what were we doing with our lives? Why were we not buying Bitcoin all those years ago and stacking our bags like absolute sets of crazy people? That should have been the play. Not going into the stock market. Anyway, I do want to just keep an eye on what's going on with BTC. I think it's worthwhile. As we sort of, walk through this next few little bit. Mouse, what's going on, buddy? Did we hit $10 yet? No, unfortunately not, Mouse. Bad news. Unfortunately. What's going on, Shoesmith? Good to see me. Satoshi Wallet will activate soon, do you think? And just come in and crush the market. Just dump everything. No, Satoshi, bro. What the hell? Imagine he did. I hope he doesn't. Oh. Well, I'll keep waiting then. Yeah, I know the feeling. Man. They're all like tweeting. Everyone's tweeting about the fact that Trump just basically told that woman that she knew nothing about crypto. Davo coming in fresh right now with the channel membership. Welcome to you, my man. Good to see you, buddy, as always. Love to see it, man. Crushing the channel memberships. If you want to be a legend like Davo, which is going to give you access to our premium Discord, by the way, which I think you already still have, right? Let me just double check. Make sure you are still in there, bros. Yeah. Then grab that channel membership. Don't miss out. Market analysis. We have a couple of new coins coming out. I am under what's the word I'm looking for? It's not even an NDA. I've just been told not to talk about a particular project that's going to be, I think, really cool, actually. So if you're in that premium Discord, you'll get a little bit of a heads up on that one. Also, potential VC investment, which will be good news. And also a couple of other narratives that, fingers crossed, we're going to be sort of walking through on that pretty soon as well. So, yeah. And obviously, we have our little bot in there that you can use to kind of, do some more technical analysis of your own as well. So if you're interested, get involved. Definitely think it's worth it. Tomas says $11 costs 100 to move on Ethereum. Yeah, that's true. Right, good. Trump is, what are they talking about now? Have you ever dealt with a human being? Okay, I think he's talking about Biden now, but I'm not sure. If you didn't see the XRP news, particularly when it comes to Chris Larson as well, that we talked about, 764 million XRP profits since 2018, but this allegedly is now going to be a personal investment into Evernorth, which, again, you got to think Brad Gallinghouse is over there as an advisor. Not CZ. I think it's wrapping up now, by the way, everybody. Is it wrapping up?
White House is, as you know, I give my salary, and I usually like to steer it to the White House because this house was a little bit.
Yeah, so they're just talking about the demolition of the White House. Oh no! Can you say anything at all? No, not yet. Not yet. As soon as I can, I will. But it's come to me through a very, very trusted individual that I go back a long, long time in this space, like a long, long time in this space. And he literally says at the bottom of it, do not share this anywhere. So look, I'm not going to do that. I'm definitely not going to risk the opportunity because it's, yeah. It's interesting for sure. I mean, honestly, if I take a look at the website as well, the website is fucking cool, bro. Let me tell you, the website and the concept is as well. But yeah, I mean, I look, it's not worth me showing. It's definitely not. In fact, I just need to make sure that I don't actually have it on the screen just while I do this. So yeah, definitely not worth it. Definitely. Oh, move on. You didn't see anything. You're getting hustled, baby. Yeah, anyway, you get my point. You get my point. So the meeting wasn't... Jamila's in the building. What's going on, everybody? Always makes it spicy when you're here. So the meeting wasn't about Bitcoin reserves or anything bullish. You thought, no, not at all. Not at all. I was never in the world, by the way. By the way, I know where you're going with this. I maybe naively thought that it might be. It's the CZ thing that threw me off. The CZ thing doesn't make any sense. So I don't understand why... yeah, I don't understand why why the CZ thing is like a thing. Ever heard of clutching at straws? Yeah, a little bit. Thing is, clutching at straws would have been like, oh, I think there's going to be a strategic reserve announced. I mean, I was never in that place where I was like, oh yeah, Trump's just going to have this massive announcement to announce a strategic reserve. I think the fact he pardoned CZ means that you could lean towards the potential. So you pardon CZ and then what announces a big press conference. The difference is obviously it hasn't played out what it is. But at the same time, you could say, well, Bitcoin's back above 110,000. That's a decent move today. 2.2%. You know, can't argue with that. But yeah, maybe I hope for something a bit different. I mean, look, you got to be honest. I was hoping for something, but I was hoping he's going to come out and go, yeah, today, I want to announce today that we, as the US government, have bought $3 trillion of Bitcoin. I'll be like, oh, that's pretty cool. My Coinbase wallet got a deposit of XCN of 0.0006 out of nowhere. I think I got a dusting attack. Ooh, do you think the CZ pardon had anything to do with 1010? No. No, I think it's just a political, not even a stunt really, to be honest, but I think it is. Pardon him and have a press conference same day. Could have been, yeah, true. Yeah, at least it wasn't bad news. That's true as well. That's true as well. I mean, he did somehow still manage to get the tariffs in. What's super interesting as well, by the way, and don't forget the Whale wallet that opened up the short when they announced tariffs and all the rest of it, then actually went long on the market today. Which again, you kind of think, I think it's just maybe a big ruse. Maybe it was just him like, I wonder how crazy people would actually get. I wonder what we can do to the price. I mean, World of It Financial has skyrocketed nearly 17% today. So you're like, well, okay, that one kind of did all right. But yeah, I mean, 43% market sentiment right now on Hyperliquid. And yeah, a lot of the really big wallets have closed down. A lot of the really big ones. So, you know, interesting to think how that one plays through. I thought I had some wallets favorited. Is that right? Favorite? God, it sounds like I'm... Anyway, you get my point. Man, this news on Trump is boring. Yeah, I know. Please, everyone, keep an eye out for dusting scams going on. 100%. Yeah, they'll become more and more obvious. What do you think about Ask to $2 soon? I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to get to $2, albeit had a decent run today, but yeah, got to 111, has kind of pulled back down again. So you need a bit more bullish sentiment, I think. We need a bit more of a macro move. So even though the charts have moved, even though BTC's back to 110, Ethereum's just trading around 38.46, still feels a bit shit, the market. Let's just call it as it is, right? Still feels a little bit naff. So, you know, hopefully we can see a return, but it's a Polygon to $1. I don't see it personally. How many days till FOMC? Next week. So it's next Wednesday, I think it is. Tuesday, Wednesday. Is it? What is it? Federal Reserve decision. Wednesday 29th. Yeah, so Wednesday 29th is when you got it. Thoughts on syrup? I feel like we've looked at syrup before. I thought it was all right. I don't know too much about it, but yeah. Market should price it in. I mean, it's priced in. Yeah, I definitely priced in 25. Definitely. Bullish on Arbitrum? Not really. I used to be, but no one can tell me what the actual use case of the Arbitrum token is. Now, they were originally going to build it out and it was going to have a massive DeFi ecosystem and it was all this and the other. It basically became a DAO governance token. It hasn't really done anything ever since. So I think I sold it at like 90 odd cents, maybe $1, can't remember. But yeah, I think as a blockchain, it's fine. It's like optimism. I think both of them work very well. They keep transactional costs down. But outside of that, I'm a bit like, what does it do? What's Arbitrum doing? I don't even know how much it is, by the way. How much is Arbitrum right now? Arbitrum is, man, 31 cents. Jesus, it was more than that in the bear market. Wow. I mean, lots of altcoins got killed on that massive dumperino, didn't they? So, you know, that's kind of where we want to see a little bit of a, you know, I'd like to get back above that. If you think about that Friday, what price were we at for Friday? That big wick, you know, 122 is probably where you want to get to from a confirmation the market's absolutely back on. I mean, look, if we break this wick here around 116, you'd probably say, okay, well, sentiment is probably feeling a little bit more optimistic. That's kind of where you want to get to. Whether we get there, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I liked Arbitrum. Again, I like the blockchain. I think the blockchain's great. You know, Ethereum layer 2, transactional cost is cheap. But then you just think about that market, Arbitrum, Polygon Matic, Base Chain, Optimism. Like, there's only so many that people are going to use. And so that's why, yeah, that's kind of where I got a little bit. I was like, probably not for me. Probably not for me. Pelosi, what does that say? Has Pelosi closed down her wallet? I mean, his argument, she's going to retire it and get gone, I believe. Thoughts on saying Will There Be Financial? So I'm in Will There Be Financial. I think, yeah, I still think that has a big opportunity. I just think we need to get through whatever this is at the minute right now. Say, I don't have a position in it, but I quite like it. The only thing I would say with Say, though, is gone a little bit quiet in terms of what they're building out. But yeah, I don't think it's the worst coin in the world. Up 4.5% today. Macro is still relatively poor, but, you know, I think that's kind of the same thing of everyone else's. But I don't mind it. I think it definitely needs a bit more of a DeFi build out stablecoin market. They obviously partnered up with a number of different stablecoin issuers, which helps. And I do think the stablecoin narrative is going to be the big thing that pushes it. If you've got a stablecoin market, great. If you don't, then you're knackered. Which is kind of where we were talking about with Cardano, really. But, I mean, if you look at Arbitrum, just an example, Aave is its biggest TVL, followed by Uniswap, which is just basically using the chain as opposed to the actual token itself, isn't it? So, and then, yeah, Matic, 1.26 billion, declining. Again, Securitized, QuickSwap, Aave, Polygon Matic are, Polymarket, get it right, are like the big DEX players over there. So, you know, nothing screams like overhypeness or, you know, bullish catalyst than, I guess, a bullish catalyst, which we're already to get, but yeah. What's going on, Jesse? Good to see you, man. I'm rolling over from laughing at Tomato Pete. Oh, dear. Pelosi's never closing that wallet out. She's going to be trading until she gets kicked out of office. Then she'll never trade again. That's my opinion. They're talking government shutdown right now, which I don't know if that, I mean, is that interesting? Because obviously they tried to pass a bill, didn't they, for Davo, thanks for the donut, my man. Appreciate it. Do you like Theta? I don't know enough about it, to be honest. I don't know enough about it, and I'd be making it up if I said. That's the thing. I've never been in the world of like a lot of projects. I like to stick to 10, 12 projects that I'm kind of invested in. Oh, I got a big spot on the side of my face. What is that? What is that? Why have I got like a big scratch on the side of my face? When did that happen? When did that happen, guys? But yeah, so I don't know too much about it, Jamila, if I'm honest, and I would be making it up if I started to try and answer it. You're quite neutral today. It's hard to use. It's hard to use your reverse index. Short the market. It's going to fucking zero. So our piece of chilling knots. The government shutdown is what we want to hear about, isn't it? Well, they're literally talking about people getting paid. I can bring it up.
He called us the other day and he said, I'd like to contribute any shortfall you have because of the Democrat shutdown. I'd like to personally contribute any shortfall you have with the military because I love the military and I love the country. And any shortfall, if there's a shortfall, I'll contribute it. And today he sent us a check for $130 million. I would love to tell you he doesn't really want the recognition, if you want to know the truth, but he gave us a check for $130 million, which was sort of a shortfall, yeah. And that's going to go to the military, yeah.
And what's your message?
Is that the correct number? $130 million. That's what I call a patriot. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
And there we go, everybody. An absolute nothing burger. Look at Bondi. There we go. I mean, that was absolutely 100% worth going live over an hour before. Jesus. Right, let's go the 5 minute. What's going to happen in the crypto market? No, everyone's going to sell. Jesse, quick. Favorite video game of all time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like June. What do I play the most of now? Rocket League. I probably play an unhealthy amount of Rocket League for a 42-year-old, and I'm rubbish. I'm rubbish. I just think maybe one day I can get better. Yeah, market will definitely sell off. Well, it might sell off. It might sell off. We'll see. Maybe. That's the big question. But yeah, favorite. Yeah, I do play a lot of Rocket League right now. Not like loads of Rocket League because that would be weird. But Tomato Pete. Sorry, I didn't see it. Thanks, man. You sent it through to me, but I didn't see it. So yeah, it is what it is. Right. I mean, look, the market's held up pretty well. I guess it's one way to look at it. We could have got an absolute dumperino. We didn't. I'm just going to keep an eye a little bit on Hyperliquid, just seeing if anyone's kind of dumping some big trades on it. It doesn't look like it right now. 43% sentiment right now is long, 57% is short. A couple of big shorts coming in right now, 41 million perp equity. They are shorting the market. They are shorting BTC, ETH, Hype. Oh my God, they're shorting everything. Look at this. Shorting BTC from 106.748. So fingers crossed we keep pumping the market. ETH short, man, these are way underwater right now. $2 million. Not a lot of longs. In fact, they've just shorted absolutely everything. Oh my God, they've shorted the entire market. What? What happens first, GTA 6 or 10 buck XRP? Man, who knows? Who knows? Let's hope it's something bullish though. I don't even know when that's meant to come out, by the way. When is that meant to come out? They ain't short. They're spoofing. Trump just said he pardoned. I said that. Well, I just saw someone talk about the government shutdown. I know a couple of people are interested in that. Right, no, something else. Something else. So nothing really on the government shutdown. Okay, fine. Is what it is. So I guess we kind of have to see what happens in the markets. Markets generally do sell off a little bit right now. And then hopefully we start to see a bit of a reversal come in. Do you think we might be in for a pullback? I mean, we've had the pullback yesterday. The question is, why is the market moving today? Is it because the CZ pardoned? Well, no, because Asia pushed the market this morning. So, what's the reason the market pumped a little bit today? That is the question we need to ask ourselves, isn't it? So, again, you can see here, Thursday, lunchtime, Thursday morning. So here is kind of the day. So Wednesday. Okay, so Thursday. So here is essentially the day that we are in. There. So, I mean, you'd argue that that's a pretty, it's a pretty good move, isn't it? Really, if you think about it. So we, like we said, we've done You know, we wicked about 3.9%. That was kind of the highest we got to today. But as a day, you know, that's a pretty good move all in all. You know, a little bit of selling off, probably coming down. Maybe it comes down and does what, 109,700 maybe, and then pushes back up. We'll see. But as the day goes, it's not the worst day we've ever had in the crypto market. I would like to see us back above 111. That's probably the only thing I'm looking out for now. My nose hurts a little bit. We've got like a big scratch in it. I'd like to see us back above 111. Whether we get there, that's the bigger debate, isn't it? That's the bigger debate. Gold and silver dumping a bit. I wonder if we'll see. Well, I mean, a lot of people believe that. I mean, gold was up a little bit today. 0.56, silver up just under 1%. The S&P was up. I mean, again, lots of things were up. Dollar index was up. All the treasury yields were up, which is interesting. Even the IBIT Bitcoin ETF that's now in the UK was up as well today. So the overarching sentiment in the market was good today, actually. The market was definitely up. I just want to see us probably close out a little bit more solidly at the upside. That's kind of where I want to get to, but yeah, we'll see. Man, TikTok has been wild tonight. I'm almost half tempted just to close the stream down. It's literally like just nobody is coming to the stream right now. Is it because of my title maybe or something crazy like that? I don't know if I can change the title. Settings. Rankings, live recording, moderate amount of views, muted accounts, blocked accounts. Yeah, I don't know if it's like, but definitely like people definitely did not want to come to this stream tonight, which is super weird. Super weird. You can add products to the live stream. That's pretty interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Altcoins in the building. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Yeah, I don't think you can change the title. I think once you go live, you can't change it, but definitely did not like the title for this for some reason. Is there a sale on at McDonald's? I hope so. Hope so. Oscar's live with 2 to 3K views. Yeah. You tell me. I mean, here's the question. You tell me why people don't want to come to this live stream. I don't know. How's Chili's looking? Didn't it get delisted off Binance? Tom likes money. What's going on, bro? I don't know. I generally don't have the answer. I don't know what the answer is. Other than just pump XRP content out 24/7. You know. So I don't know why. I don't know why someone who was asking me to look at that. Now, don't forget, by the way, he's got way more subscribers than I have as well. Chili's is currently at what, 3 cents right now. Thanks, Alvin. Why do you always same time as you on TikTok? Yeah, that's true. But I don't think I mean, if Waddy and I are competing for about 200 people, then we've got a problem, haven't we? Got talking a hyped up squeaky voice to be king of YouTube, you think? Yeah, Swamp Donkeys here. That's the main thing. Look, that's the main thing. But yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And if I kind of allow myself to get to that place, then you start to really question what you're doing. All I could do is just keep being consistent, keep putting my content out, keep trying to add value, and you know, here we go. But I think Oscar's got like 4 times the subscriber count I have. And don't forget, obviously, I've still got a freaking channel strike because of a video that they reckon was hateful or something, which is, you know, nonsense. But anyway, why can't you show charts? Waddy and others do? Because I have to. So the way I stream YouTube, well, the way I stream basically is I run it through OBS, and it goes a bit weird if I try and stream TikTok through OBS, whereas all they're doing is streaming TikTok, I believe. Or do they do it through StreamYards or something? No, Waddy must do it just through TikTok. So I could just stream on TikTok from my computer and bring charts up and all the rest of it, but I couldn't stream anywhere else. That's the problem. So I stream on YouTube. I know quite a few of them. So I know Waddy doesn't stream on YouTube, I don't think, anymore, or very, very rarely streams on YouTube anymore. But yeah, that's why. And I can't work it so that it pulls from, I think I'd need 2 graphics card that pulls 2 sets of live streams in. Yeah, President Speech streaming earlier too, so probably had the attention already. I mean, I did have the stream up, but yeah, I mean, look, it just is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. So, I mean, we've had some big streams recently. Like, you know, we had like 1,700 people overall watching yesterday, but I don't think changing the title helps, if I'm honest. So I obviously changed the title, didn't I, when I went live? And for some reason, I just don't think TikTok likes this title tonight. I don't think it likes it. I think it just is a bit like, ooh. But again, TikTok, social media, it's as wild as the cryptocurrency market, isn't it? It is as wild as the crypto market that you could be like, one day you've just got videos that are pumping to oblivion. Everyone's like, oh my God, this is the best channel in the world. The next day, no one likes you. You're like, oh man, okay, fine. I'll move on. It is what it is. Yeah, see, the other thing as well is, and maybe this is where I don't get, maybe this is where I don't get it, but if you look at, I've just brought Oscar up as live, XRP Trump press live now. I mean, I feel like, look, I'm not hating on Oscar Ramos. I've spoken to him a number of times. I'd argue that we're pretty cool in the space, but XRP Trump crime live now. I mean, is it literally just what you put in the title? XRP, pump, gold, winning. Like, you know, maybe that's the thing. I don't know. I literally put a video up, and the one that got removed said something like, how Q4 could make everyone rich. And they were like, boom, hateful comment. Get the fuck out of here. That's what it is. It is what it is. Channel's not live daily. Yeah, but then the last few live streams we've had have been big. Like yesterday's was like 1,700. Day before was 1,500. Like total viewer count was pretty big, actually. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, I'll take an extra day off in the week. Maybe I'll take Wednesdays off. That'd be cool. Like I said, I think sometimes you just kind of, it's just not worth getting hung up on. Otherwise, you start just questioning your content, questioning what you're doing, all this kind of stuff. Like you just kind of get into this weird world. You know, yesterday 1,100, day before 1,800, 600, 800, 1,500, 1,400, 1,000, 1,000, 1,100, 1,800, 2,000. Like we've had some pretty big, streams. I think sometimes, like if you think about tonight, I've gone live early. I've changed the title 3 times. I think YouTube just gets into a place of going, no, not anymore. Not anymore. Shut up, Holmes. And then you got people like Holmes that come into your live stream. Oscar Ramos should have people like Holmes in his stream. Do you know what I mean? But look, it is what it is. The other thing to think about sometimes, well, by the way, it's not always about the number of views you get. It's about sometimes the view duration. Actually, our view duration is pretty good. So, yeah, still bullish on ADA. I mean, I'm not going to say no. I mean, it's up 2.5% of the day. I mean, it's definitely taken a little bit of a challenge in the last 5 minutes, as has Bitcoin, by the way. So, yeah, I think everyone's finally realized that Trump's not pumping the market tonight. And we're dumping this giant wick. Let's go have a look at Wintermute. Let's look at Wintermute real quick. I bet you they're just sending a shit ton of, CZ's like, I'm free, dump the markets, everybody. Let's get them back in. Man, it is actually having a bit of a sell-off. Wintermute just now. Here we go. Look, here we go. Okay. See, this is the other thing as well that people probably are like, oh my god, 2-bit, like shut the hell up. 58 seconds ago, Wintermute to Uniswap, Binance hot wallet to Wintermute. Like, come on, bro. Binance hot wallet to Wintermute. Well, they were buying like 10 minutes ago. Buying. A little bit of USDC being sold off. I stopped watching Austin for a bit too much. XCL, pure wallet garbage, and chat is traded. Not even completed level 1 basics. What's that for? But yeah, still bullish on ADA, maybe. Yeah, maybe. We should be adding his streams. Maybe. Why does everything retreat? It's just the markets. Like, it's just how things work. You know, things can't go up forever. What you got to understand is, it's a big game. It's a big game. People are trying to wreck other people. People are trying to liquidate others. You're trying to predict what the markets are going to do. You know, it's just how markets work. So you got buyers and sellers. That's the best way to think about it. But the others put live links onto Facebook. Oh, is that true? See, I have a personal Facebook, but I don't have a professional Facebook. Do I need to get like a proper Facebook? Or where do they post them in groups or something? Maybe you guys could do some fucking thing about it. Oh dear me. Where do they post them on? I don't even know where they post them on. Buy crypto in minutes with Kraken. What's that? 420. How do you feel about Fairground being your father-in-law? Yeah, I shared on X. Yeah, I share on X and Instagram. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll have a look at it. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. I mean, do they post into like groups on there, I guess? Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Right. Videotape memories. Down. Anyway, I'm off for an early night. I'm exhausted tonight. Appreciate honesty. Magic Craig, see you in a bit, buddy. Adios, senor. So I do have, again, I have an Instagram account as well, but, you know, I don't really do it. Maybe have a look at it. Maybe we see what there is. I mean, I don't know if there's do I have to join some of these groups and be like, hey, get bullish. I'm going live, baby. I mean, in fairness, yeah. So, I mean, quite a few of them do post on Facebook. Maybe I need to start doing that. The only thing is, the problem with my Facebook is it's linked to my work as well. So I'd have to have like a separate, maybe I need to, do I just get a separate, maybe I'll do that. Any other thoughts on Casper? Stanton! I don't know where's Casper at right now? Did I delete it off here? Let's have a look. Where is it at? Casper USDT. Man, it's at 5 cents. Crypto groups, you watch your numbers go through the roof. It's actually, okay. I will definitely take your view on it. But I mean, I'm looking at that, and I mean, how do I know what, okay. How do I know if he's actually posted in it? Okay, maybe I need to get a new Facebook that is like a work, a crypto Facebook, right? Oh my God. I have so many social media channels. It's annoying. Need some toilet roll for Casper. Feels like it. Create a 2-bit Facebook and Instagram. I have an Instagram. I do have an Instagram one, definitely. But I don't post anything on it. It's hard to, I need some, like a platform that just like posts to everything. It'd be way better. Like a social media aggregator. That'd be great if that existed. I don't know if it does, by the way, but anyway. I mean, I'll definitely take a look at it for sure. And we'll see what is happening. I think my headset just told you it was turning off. Good old headset. Thank you, headset. Yeah, then just share links to your lives. Okay, I will set up a non-personal one. Facebook is inferior, mate. Yeah, I mean, look, I can keep everything else as well. That's the thing, isn't it? You hold Ondo? Yep, I do hold Ondo. Yeah, hold on to finance. Like I said, look, I'm not going to stress it. Do you know what I mean? I think the channel's still relatively new. Don't forget as well, by the way. Don't forget, some of these channels, they're full-time cryptocurrency people. Like, I have a full-time job that I do as well. I do this like a 60-hour-a-week job. So sometimes I can't respond. I can't go live with like the latest breaking news. So, would you come to the 2-Bit Crypto channel for breaking news? Probably not. So I think, I think a lot of people do this kind of full time, and a lot of people do it. That's, it's fine. I'm cool where we are. I think, we've hit 500. That's fine. A lot of people watch the live streams, post this as well, post it to MySpace. A lot of people do watch my streams after the live stream event. So, like I said, we'll keep it on the real. Do you know what I mean? That's what we're doing. If it's meant to blow up and become a massive thing, then fine. If it's not, then, it is what it is. That's my view, by the way. That's my view. And hopefully we did, that's all we can do. Also, but please share on your post to groups. I will definitely have a look at it. I feel like I used to do that. I mean, I feel like I did it like early doors. And I stopped doing it, in fairness. But it's fine. 2-bit XRP. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna put XRP in all of my titles. I think that's the other way to do it, isn't it? Just completely lie about what your video is about, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Facebook is a waste of time. The links and click-through rate is almost zero. Let YouTube do YouTube, study Google keywords. I mean, that is true as well. Dave, shut up. Beaver says, I have 80,000 followers on Facebook. You can cross-post with Instagram in one push. Nice. Yes, Beebs, I still do. I still hold that, and I still have it staked as well. Albeit, I imagine the rewards are awful. In my honest opinion, they've been pretty naff for a while. Where's it at right now? 24%. Let's go. Let's go, baby. 24%. Give me that Aerodrome finance. We're back. That means DEX volume must be pumping over on Aerodrome Finance. Where is it right now? I don't even know the price of it right now. 79 cents. Let's go. 24% APR. Let's take it, baby. I'm down for that. I'm down for it. Instagram live post links also as well. Yeah, I mean, I need to probably have a look at this. Maybe on Saturday night, I'll have a bit of a social media purge. I see there's more hype around Luna again. Still is dead or maybe come back to life. I mean, the only reason there is a hype around Luna Classic, I believe right now, is because of the CZ pardon. So they'll believe there's going to be some link back to Binance, and obviously CZ was the one that supported the Luna Classic burn. So, you know, maybe it becomes a thing, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Anyway, such is life. Right, I am at like 9% battery on TikTok. I've been live now for an hour and 50 minutes. Man, an hour and 50 minutes. Got less views than I did yesterday when I was live for an hour. But I'm not salty about it. I'm more bullish about the fact that the market's sitting around 109,744. Fingers crossed we're going up to the moon. What's going on, Crow Man? Good to see you, buddy. So, yeah, make sure you're sticking around. As always, we'll be certainly talking about it. What's your top 3 memes? Pepe, Bonk. What would my third one be? Pepe, Bonk. I don't think I have a third meme. I'd probably have to go with something like Pudgy Penguins or maybe a smaller cap one. I always quite like DGen, the layer 3, but it hasn't really done anything. M2's going to take us up soon. Yeah, I think so. Look, M2's kind of good. CPI data tomorrow, fingers crossed, is going to come in good. And then the FOMC, yeah, Mark Noby Rect's going to be rectrabbit.com. That's going to be a good one. Top 3 altcoins, Solana, XRP, Ethereum. I know that's a proper get out of jail free card, but if you wanted to say what are your potentially more lucrative ones, Airdrome Finance, World Liberty Financial, I'd probably say some of those. Anyway, right, everybody, I am getting out of here. We'll be back tomorrow night, as always, with the latest in the markets. Look out, CPI. I think it comes out about 1:30 UK time. So look out for that. We'll be breaking that down tomorrow night live on the show, which should be pretty epic. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Weirdly, we have the most amount of people that we've had all night in the stream right now. But hey, don't forget, every day I go live 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. in the UK. Do not go all in on Zcash. That'll be pretty wild. But as always, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow night. Likewise, shout out to everybody on TikTok as well. We will be back, as always, with some more bullish content here on 2Bit Crypto channels. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll be back tomorrow. Maybe even looking at Trollcoin. Come and join us, AZ Marine.